By 2010, there will be more than 1 billion transistors for every human on the planet, each of these costing less than 1/10,000,000th of a cent. Our world is becoming more interconnected. Today, there are more than 1 trillion networked things. This causes a messy data problem. So the good news is things are becoming smarter. Algorithms and powerful systems can help us make sense of this data and turn it into intelligence that we can use to make our planet smarter.
My name is Paul Gahan and I'm the SmartBay project coordinator, and we're here in the technical support base of the Marine Institute in Galway City. And behind me you can see a number of buoys and key pieces of infrastructure that we have deployed and plan to deploy in Galway Bay. And these are the backbone of the SmartBay initiative, which is a research and development platform for Galway Bay, collecting data about the sea and the coastal zone in terms of weather conditions, sea conditions and water quality conditions.
The fishing industry considers that the new SmartBay system would have 3 principal applications. The first of these is in the actual operation of the fishery itself. The second is in management of the fisheries, and the third would have an application in marketing. So all in all, the fishing industry would certainly have a considerable interest in seeing the SmartBay system further develop and see significant potential in the development.
Predicting tidal storm surges is quite often a difficult decision to make because there are so many variables in terms of wind speed, wind force, barometric pressure, the recent rainfall in the locality. And for a coastal port such as Galway, the bringing and collecting and collating of all this real-time information for a city port such as Galway is key, I believe, in the SmartBay programme to assisting personnel who have roles and responsibilities and duties of care and calling out emergency services in advance of a tidal flood for a city such as Galway.
SmartBay has the potential to revolutionise climate change research, particularly in the marine climate change area. The data sets provided by SmartBay will enable us to look for long-term trends and long-term changes in the coastal ocean. Similarly, visualization techniques, scientists need to visualize the data, and some of the techniques that will be developed as part of SmartBay will help us to visualize the data and look in detail at the trends and the processes that are changing within the ocean.
The problem we have is that that water is generally in inaccessible places. Where we need to monitor is generally not easy to get to. We have to get into a boat and we have to go to sea to take the data. So there's huge advantages in a project like SmartBay, which will enable us to develop technologies that will allow us to do constant monitoring without having the need to get into boats and go to the expense that that entails. There's other reasons as well. By the very nature, sampling where someone goes and takes a sample of water or takes a sample of shellfish is only hitting the area every now and again. You can do that on a regular basis every month or every week or whatever, but it's not giving you the full picture. Again, the technology has been delivered by SmartBay will allow us to see a full picture, continuous picture of the water quality in those areas. So the water quality issue is important from an environmental point of view, and I suppose the other area that it's hugely important is from a food safety point of view. Increasingly, we're going to be using the coast around our country to produce food, and of course there's huge consumer issues around the safety of that food. So again, SmartBay we see has been key to the strategy to help us protect our environment and our food safety.
A lot of our research is focused on developing these next generation environmental monitoring platforms. So one of the key gaps in the national infrastructure that we've had is a means to take these prototype devices and put them in a real situation and test them under real conditions. For us, SmartBay fills that gap and allows us to take our research outputs, test them properly, make sure they're rugged and reliable, and by doing that we make our devices much more attractive to, for example, venture investment. SMEs can pick them up because they're much more closer to a commercial product than we could otherwise do. So without SmartBay we can't close that gap, and the risks to commercialization are much larger.
As population grows, as the demands on on the planet become greater and greater. The whole question of our relationship with the resources on the planet become increasingly critical for the future. And the dominant influence on climate and indeed life on the planet is the oceans and seas and water. So the whole question of creating, applying emerging technology to being able to truly understand what's going on in these hugely complex systems is really a fantastic challenge for us all, and a wonderful area of application for the technologies that we're working with in sensors, intelligence applied to sensors, the link between sensed environment and knowledge, what we actually know about what's going on and what we're doing and how these interact with each other is the great challenge and opportunity behind SmartBay, and all of the suite of technologies and applications that are contained within the SmartBay concept.
Developing technologies which manage and monitor the oceans and ocean-based activities and industries, such as aquaculture, such as shipping, transport, oil and gas and renewable energies, offers huge potential for Ireland. The vision for SmartBay is to develop a research, test and demonstration platform to enable commercial companies and academic researchers to collaborate together in order to develop leading-edge marine and environmental technologies.
The SmartBay project in Galway Bay represents a tremendous opportunity for the Marine Institute. Working with IBM, we're taking the opportunity to develop really exciting new technologies that really support two major functions of the Institute. One, we're looking at the ability to monitor and protect the marine environment, and secondly, we're looking to develop really innovative new knowledge-based products of the future, the knowledge economy of Ireland's future. This SmartBay project is a perfect example of that in motion.
We in IDA Ireland are delighted to be partnering with IBM on this new SmartBay project off the west coast of Ireland. IDA Ireland is responsible for attracting foreign direct investment to Ireland, and IBM is one of the most important companies in Ireland. This partnership is partly funded by IDA. We have a very extensive coastline around Ireland. We're very keen on developing the whole environmental technologies area within Ireland. We've plenty of water, plenty of wind, which makes it an ideal research centre. This testbed will allow technologies to be tested and hopefully commercialised to make it into a key business area for IBM. And I think it feeds in very much into their Smarter Planet strategy.